There you go. I'm sterile.
All right.
That's why
I'm sterile.
It didn't upset me.
Sterile?
I'm sterile.
Mom.
I'm sterile.
All right, we know you're sterile. All right. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in, strap on,
and get ready for the wild ride.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
We're coming in hot talking about sex.
Oh, man. We did a little too much warming up, I think.
A little too much caffeine in the morning, and a big warm welcome to Dale.
Woohoo! Dale's in the house.
Hello.
Dale is our very soft-spoken editor and producer, comedian extraordinaire. Videographer, buddy wrangler. That's a little dog here.
Little puppy buddy coming in noisily.
So we like to start with a little segment called Lube It Up, presented by Uberlube.
Our favorite lube.
We're going to chat a little about Uberlube later, but in the meantime, they're sponsoring the segment to lubricate this conversation. And what we like to do is come to you, our wonderful sneaky freak listeners, and we ask you a question of the week. And this question, you came up with this question this week, Mother.
Thank you.
I didn't say anything good about it. I just said you came up with it.
It was a good idea. Just admit it.
It was a good idea.
What the hell? What does that mean?
The question is,
I didn't.
the question is, what is your genitalia's name, and why did you name it that?
I actually did a TikTok video about this first, and I didn't say genitals because I thought I'd get in trouble again, so I just said eggplant or clam.
I like that.
Can we start it off by answering the questions first? Do you have a name for your
We've already
dick?
discussed this. It came from us discussing this on the show already.
I don't remember what you called your dick.
Yeah, you do. It was Lester.
Oh, right. I know I got Lester. Okay, never mind. For those of you who haven't heard this podcast before.
At a young age, I discovered that my father named his dick Lester, and then I thought it was funny, so I became Lester, I guess Lester Jr.
You're Lester Jr. Dale, do you have a name for your eggplant?
I don't. It's
well, you should.
I should. I agree.
How
Hoping
could you
to find
not?
a new one today. I'll steal one from a sneaky freak.
Oh, you could definitely steal one. If any sneaky freaks are upset about it, patent it.
And then of course you named yours Princess Puss.
Yes. Although for
Love
TikTok
that I
I
know
just said princess because I didn't want to get in trouble for saying the word puss or pussy or any of that.
Keep it kosher. That's what I say.
Keep it kosher.
All right, let's start it up. Okay, but by the way, if you want to participate in these questions, just give us a text at 310-356.
3920.
So these are our listeners' responses. Tony says, my genitalias have two names, Mr. Johnson and Big Papa. I'm named it that because when I come a-knocking, I will knock a woman out in the 12th round with my sexual hearing, just like Jack Johnson and Biggie Smalls.
Oh, my God. That's such a passionate way of speaking about his genitalia.
So he actually names his genitalia after Jack Johnson and Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Mr. Johnson and Big Papa. He goes on to say, I love when they call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. Tell your sexy mom I would love to go a few rounds with her one night. Te amo.
What was that?
I didn't read that at first, and I'm not so pleased with it either.
Why don't you save it for hit on or shit on? That was a hit on.
That was a hit on.
Can you read that again?
Tell your sexy mom I would love to go a few rounds with her one night. Te amo.
Well, I'll take it as a compliment, Big Papa.
Fucking Big Papa?
I kind of don't like that he named it Big Papa because my dad's nickname for his grandchildren to call him is Big Papa.
I don't need to receive texts that are hitting on you. That doesn't need to come to me.
It was okay in my book, Big Papa.
All right, we got another response here from Sage, who says she names her genitalia Barbie Girl. Apparently, it looks like a Barbie vagina. Tight skin and tight lips.
Oh, boy.
How do you like that?
It's a Barbie vagina. Barbies actually don't have vaginas. They just have like it's just like they don't have vaginas. I don't know what she's talking about. They don't have vulvas. They don't have nothing down there. They got just plastic.
A neuter plug?
A neutered plug?
Maybe a neuter plug.
What's a neuter plug?
You don't know what a neuter plug is?
No, did you make this up?
No, this is classic. Let me look up what a neuter... I'm going to show you what a neuter plug looks like right now. Dale, you know what a neuter plug is?
No, I've never heard of this.
I guess is what dogs have
Okay.
when they get neutered.
All right. Can we move on, please?
Disgusting. Johnny says it's not named anymore and only was for a couple years back in 1981 when I was 18 years old and with my first real boyfriend. I loved to drink Harvey Wallbangers back then, so I named his dick Harvey. He named my pussy Janet, but I have no clue why. What a funny memory that is. Thanks for stirring that up. LOL.
I'm glad.
Johnny.
I'm glad we stirred it up.
That is fucking hilarious. I like that your genitalia's name can actually change with every relationship. That's tremendous.
Where do you get that?
That's what she said.
Harvey
It used to be
and
named,
Janet.
It used to be named only for a couple years back in 1981 when I was 18 years old.
But she didn't change it to something new.
It's no longer named.
It's like the
It's
tomb.
not named anymore.
It's like the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Yes, that's right.
It's not named.
It's
Okay.
unnamed. Trish says, I name mine Taco. When my husband asks what's for dinner, I always tell him he gets the taco. My kids are clueless. LOL.
I like that.
There's a little code word right there.
Code word.
She's eating chicken, but he's having a taco.
I wonder what type of taco she's referring to. Like meat or vegetarian, chicken, whatever.
Your eyebrow quivered with this idea. It's
I like
hilarious.
it. A lot of people call it tacos, I noticed.
Yeah, it looks like a clam shell, a taco shell. It's,
Alright.
you get it. A taco is actually not the best, like a hard taco. I don't love that image for the vulva.
All right.
Lisa says, I don't have a name for it, but my guy's junk is called George or Chester the Molester.
That is a very common name, Chester the Molester.
Did you just fart?
No, it's the bone.
Ugh.
But I might add, in the past, I've already spoken about this joke. This really did happen, though. When I met this guy for the first time named Lester, and I said to him, oh, that's the name of my deceased husband's penis. And he goes, well, I've been called a dick before, but never like this.
Perfect line.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable comeback.
Good comeback. He's
Very good
Very
line.
funny.
All right.
Shout out to Lester.
Katie says, I named mine Tammy. My boyfriend's genitals is named Timmy. He wanted it to go along with his, I guess.
Tammy and Timmy.
Tammy and Timmy.
That's so cute. A lot of people name them like a pair.
It's a pairing.
A pairing.
Well, if they break up, what happens?
Then they unpair.
They unpair.
And they come up with a new term.
I hope you don't break up, but if you do, please let us know what the name becomes. Jordan says she doesn't really have a name, but I imagine hers as Jessica Lange, Coven vibe type of girl.
Oh my God. It's a witch vibe?
A little witch vibe. Who is Jessica Lange?
That's who your sister was named after, actually. She's an old-time actress.
Really?
Yeah.
Would she play a witch?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know her whole repertoire of movies.
Megan says, well, my pussy is unnamed, but my boobs are each named Surprise and Delight. When I worked for Apple and phone support, we all got company shirts and said, I'm here to surprise and delight, right over the chest. So my boyfriend started calling my boobs Surprise and Delight.
That is absolutely adorable.
Totally adorbs. Love it.
You know what I love? People come up with these creative names, and if we hadn't asked, nobody would know about these things.
You're right. Thank God that
We
we
are
asked this
opening the
question.
conversation about
We're opening the
what
conversation. We're making people dig into their souls.
It's a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah. Corey says, I named mine Dobby. You remember Dobby, the house elf in Harry Potter?
No, but go on.
Because Dobby is sad no one plays with him and he only wants a sock.
Oh,
I had a GF one.
he only wants a sock. What does that mean? Is he sticking his dick in a sock?
Yeah, like a tube sock. And
What's a-
Dobby also wanted a sock.
what's
That
a
is a
tu-
phenomenal joke.
What's a tube sock?
When you masturbate, you guys, there's like an old timey thing. You masturbate into a tube sack.
Did you masturbate in a tube sock?
Never.
Dale, have you?
I feel like I had to have tried it just for the novelty, but it wasn't, didn't stick
Oh
around.
my God, like an American Pie type of thing where you stick your dick in a pie. Have you ever done that?
No, I never stuck my dick in pie, Mom.
Have you?
No.
All right.
Waste of a pie.
Waste of a pie.
That's what I was thinking about the tube sack. Way too cheap to ruin a tube sack.
There's
like
no
that.
way you'd be able to clean that tube sack out.
No chance.
So like a fleshlight.
Then he goes on to say, Corey says, I had a GF once and we named her chest Barnes and Noble. Her downstairs was called Taco Bell.
Oh my God, we have an entire shopping mall over there.
It was especially fun since her mom would give me money to buy books and food. So it was like I was being paid to bang her daughter.
Oh my God.
I love everything about this response.
That was a great response. Who did this?
This is Corey.
Corey, that was so creative.
This is hilarious.
That wins the creative. That wins the creative title of the day.
Joseph
Corey.
says, no name for my genitalia, but women's are kitties.
Kitties, pussies.
Jacqueline says, I call it my little taco or toe, which my boyfriend and I find both funny but gross. Lol, so no bedroom talk, just joking around. This is my toe.
What's wrong with that? Oh, camel toe?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I was just thinking of her toe. I didn't know why she was calling it her toe.
Maybe he sticks his toe in there.
And then
He ignores me.
yeah, I don't need to think about that. Jackie says clitoris for obvious reasons.
Clitoris, the clitoris.
Yeah. Clitoris is pretty good.
Clitoris works.
I think Corey wins this week with Dobby the
Corey,
house
you
elf.
win. Announcing the winner of best title of genitalia goes to Corey
Yes.
for his creative, not only titles but usage of the words.
I love it. And I love Uberlube who sponsored this segment so
Thank
that
you.
we can talk, so that I can talk openly with my mother about your genitalia's name
And yours.
and my own genitalia's name. And what do you like about Uberlube, mother?
Well, as we spoke the other night at the family gathering.
Yes.
Only us, right? We're at a family gathering, and somehow the subject of lube comes up, and you and I just did the whole rundown.
Well, there was a
about
whole discussion about water-based lube versus silicone lube.
and there's a lot of people that don't think anyone should use lube, which really pisses me off because they're like being very selfish to think that.
So I'm going to debunk a myth right now.
Yeah, because the myth is absolutely a myth.
Okay, so water-based lube, a lot of people think is healthier for the body. It doesn't involve silicone. Not so fast. It turns out silicone actually creates an impenetrable layer on your skin. So the silicone doesn't actually enter the blood. It doesn't pass the blood membrane, whatever, the skin membrane, okay?
Okay.
Into your bloodstream.
Got it.
However, water does go from skin into your bloodstream, and it can take some of the toxins with it that are in lube. Luckily, Uberlube is a high-grade silicone lubricant made with just beautiful silicone and a little vitamin E that leaves a wonderful velvety finish on your skin.
I love it, and I think it's great for oral, anal, and vaginal penetration.
I think it's wonderful for having sex in water, in a bathtub,
It's
in
because you're
a
a
shower.
You're a Pisces. You always
But
say
you
that.
need some lube there.
You know what I love about it? No scent, no foul tasting, sugary shit taste.
Yeah.
I hate that sweet strawberry sticky taste,
I can't stand it. So if you're looking for our favorite lube,
which
go
comes in a beautiful glass bottle.
to uberlube.com and enter promo code MOM, and you'll get 10% off and free shipping, and you'll get some of the best lube out there.
And give some to your friends. Don't just hide it for yourself.
uberlube.com. Use promo code MOM. That link is in the episode description. Okay, mother,
Is it time?
it's time for what?
I don't know. I thought we were going to talk about your life.
I don't have much to update you on.
Well, you updated our whole family on something that I almost died laughing. Can you want to bring that up again?
Well, I got these new running shoes, actually. And
they're just lovely.
I realize these guys are experts in there with regard to running. I brought up the issue of my itchy asshole
Yeah,
in
you
the
know,
running store.
The weird thing about this is that you feel no shame in bringing this up.
I was hesitant at first. I only brought it up to the guy that was helping me, and then next thing you know, he
Wait,
was
can
like,
you just
"What?"
describe how did this conversation take place? I just have this.
This
vision.
guy's a runner.
Okay, so go on.
So I'm sitting there, and I tell him, listen, you've helped me with my shoes. I'm considering shorts because my whole ass burns when I
Wait,
run.
your ass or your asshole?
My whole, it's like all the cheeks down the legs.
Your rectum too?
Why is that so funny to you?
Why is rectum a funny word?
My ass itches when I run.
Are you talking about the opening where you
No,
shit out of?
no.
Oh, that's
And I'm not even talking about the ass crack. I'm talking about the skin layer.
You're just your ass cheeks.
My ass cheeks.
They itch.
They itch. And so he's like, well, is it?
That's happened to me. I just realized.
No way.
Yeah,
Is
when
this
I
genetic?
used to work out, my ass got itchy.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I think it's just blood vessels. It just happens to be in a large area there.
Well, so I asked him. He was like, "Is this sweat? You sweat a lot?" And I'm like, "No, no, it's not sweat. It has nothing to do with sweat. You feel my ass is completely covered in sweat? No." I said, "It's something with the nerves or something." He goes, "Oh, I've never heard of that. He keeps going. He keeps going. Oh, that's weird. That's weird." I don't need to fucking hear that shit.
You hear that from everyone, Cam. Everybody thinks you're weird.
So then he says, you got to talk to this guy. And he brings me to the front of the whole store. So now the whole store is involved in this.
Oh, my
He goes, this
God.
guy trains runners, tell him about your problem. I was like, all right, I got an itchy ass.
You announce this to the whole store.
And then he tells me he's also got an itchy ass.
Because it's nerve ending.
He thinks it's related to me using Tide laundry detergent.
Nonsense.
Or my boxers are too tight.
They always blame it on the laundry detergent, and it's never that because you've been using the same laundry detergent for a long time, and you get sensitive skin laundry detergent, of course.
What do you mean, of course? The fuck, of course.
They make it for people like you. They're very sensitive to everything. That's true.
Dale, does your ass itch when you run?
No.
Do you
See?
run?
Not much, no.
He doesn't strike me as a runner. He's very quiet.
Why? Wait, he's first of all, he's not so quiet. He puts on this whole persona for the podcast.
Are you putting on a persona?
Yeah, it's...
Oh my God.
And second of all,
Oh my God.
Why can't he fucking run even if you were quiet?
He just doesn't seem like the runner type. He doesn't seem to do a lot of physical activity. He's
But Dale,
he moves very slowly.
He was just talking about how he's creating a TikTok all about
That's
working out.
different. That's different. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
you are working out.
Yeah, working out a little bit.
Okay, we don't need to harass Dale about his running.
Well, you were the one who brought in itchy ass.
Well, I ended up getting the solution to that, and I also informed the entire store about my itchy ass.
Put Uber Lube all over your ass.
It might be an answer.
That's what I suggested.
It might be an answer, honestly.
I actually thought you were talking about your rectum. So we're at a family dinner, and I just shout out, I got the answer, Cam. Just stick some Uber Lube up your ass. And the weird thing is, not one person at the dinner even blinked. Not one person in our family even thought that this was odd that I would shout out, stick some Uber Lube up your ass.
Yeah, there's so much crazy shit going on. You're screaming penis half the time. My sister's boyfriend is asking. He turned to you at one point and was like, "What would you do if you found you came home one day and you found your boyfriend sucking me off?" These are weird questions to be sharing. In general,
I'd like to say this is not true, but all this is based on truth.
Not that you found them.
No, not that I found
Sucking each
anybody
other off.
sucking each other off, but that people feel very comfortable announcing this in our dinner.
Well, one of the questions that you came up with recently that I wanted to share was related to this TikTok. Should we play this TikTok?
Yeah, this was an interesting TikTok, I gotta tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys why it is crucial, important to have sex on the first date. Hear me out. So I recently was seeing this guy. We were taking things slow. We probably had like 10 to 15 dates before actually having sex, okay? Before we had sex, I asked him, I was like, hey, so what do you like during sex? Do you have any like kinks, Trying to, He was like, no, I don't really have any kinks, nothing crazy, Okay, cool. So we go to have sex. At first it was fine, okay? His dick was fine. He was fine. And then he starts to dirty talk. Now I know what you're thinking. Dirty talk is sexy. Dirty talk is hot. I agree completely. But this man did not do your typical, he could have said anything other than what he said. Because, okay, let me just reenact this for you. Okay, I'm him, okay? Yeah, you want me to get you pregnant? Yeah, you want me to put a baby in you so everyone knows you're mine? Yeah, you want me to get you pregnant? Now, I don't kink shame, but what the fuck? What the fuck? First time having sex, I asked you about your kinks, you didn't think that would you didn't think you could you should tell me that? You don't just spring that on somebody. That is the least sexy thing you could possibly say. Also, then he was like, talk back, say something. What the fuck do you want me to say? Yeah, you want to pay for my abortion? You want to be a single dad? Yeah? What the fuck? Months of getting to know this guy, getting deep with him, getting personal with him, out the door. Have sex on the first date. You heard it here first. Don't say I didn't warn you. You're welcome.
I don't even know where to begin with that. I can't even tell you how many different red flags go up in what she was saying.
Lay him on me.
Well, did you have the same visceral response?
I'm not sure what you're thinking.
Oh, you don't know where I'm going?
I have no clue where you're going with this.
First of all, There's so many things that I like to talk about. Let's just talk about she had 15 dates before she had sex with him. That's extreme.
It's like
Even for you, that's
it's
extreme.
like fucking half a year.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time before she decided to engage in sex, and never once did any kind of weird red flags come up about him then. So I don't understand now. She set him up to talk dirty. He felt safe enough to say these things and thought it was hot. It didn't necessarily mean he wanted to impregnate her. It just meant that he found it to be naughty, maybe the way to talk like that. Maybe there's something going on that in his childhood or whatever that made him feel that pregnancy has something to do with this. I don't know.
So you're taking the guy's. This is actually quite surprising. This is not what I anticipated.
I mean, okay.
Dale, you thought you
before
thought she was going somewhere else with this.
Before I did this podcast, I would have said that is fucked up. But she allowed him to let his freak flag fly.
Yeah.
But then she said she would have expected it to come up earlier. I don't necessarily think that this is what he meant by this. I think he really thought it was hot to talk like that. She said, "Let's talk dirty," and he went wild on it. And then she shamed him for it.
But she says, "Oh, I'm not gonna kink shame him."
She did. She kink shamed him.
She shamed the fuck out of him.
She did. Now the subject about whether or not you should have sex on the first date. It was like an extreme.
Hold on.
Come on.
We got to. Let's break it down before we get into that conversation. I want to know if you're in a situation, you're fucking this guy, and he starts with the pregnancy kink.
Yeah.
What do you say in this situation?
Good luck, baby. I got no organs left. I had a complete hysterectomy, including my cervix removed. There is nothing there that's going to have children.
Okay, but you don't end the relationship from this.
I think I would have. Okay, even if I felt very uncomfortable with it, I still believe that if there was something going on beforehand, I would just after sex say, just out of curiosity, you don't really want to impregnate. What were you thinking when you're saying that? Like if he did say, well, I'd like one day to want to have a baby with you or something like that, then something to discuss.
I would be fucking terrified. Just terrified. I mean, already.
If a woman said to you, I want to have a baby with you and all that?
Yeah, she's going, oh yeah, get me pregnant. I would literally, I would be out of my, I would have to stop having sex.
So
no kink shame.
It's exactly the opposite. You and I would have the opposite reaction.
I would be so scared that somehow she put a hole in the condom, she's going to take some extra semen and put it in her.
So you're taking her side.
I'm not taking, no, I don't think that, I think she is kink shaming. And I don't think she should be ending the relationship. She's gone on 15 dates. You didn't see he had a little freak side to him.
I mean, she didn't notice when he walked by little babies in the baby carriages, like, oh, that'd be nice one day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a very exaggerated response. But
wait a second.
If someone's kink like that's a fine kink to have, but it would really terrify me. I mean, that's one of my biggest fears.
I know that it'd be one of your biggest fears, but that doesn't sound like that's a fear of hers. It more is like a disgust.
Right.
But okay,
you're right.
I might say
there's
that
a difference.
Yeah, and also the first night I was with my boyfriend. Again, if this was anybody else and the situation was different.
Oh boy, we're about to get the scoop here, folks.
I said the first night, if you're looking to have kids, we should stop this relationship because I am done having kids.
That's probably a turn on for him.
No, he said I'm not looking to have kids.
But that's also not coming up during sex.
After sex.
Okay.
The point is, the first night, right from the get-go, I announced that we had the discussion about should we have children together or not.
Okay.
And so it should have come up already in the 15 conversations.
I think it should have happened before you even had sex with him. This is part of my checklist.
Maybe it was part. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But I'm just saying, in her case, why didn't she even discuss whether or not they wanted to have kids or not?
Actually, I think in your situation, it's different.
Because I knew I did not want to.
You knew. Yeah, you were basically. I actually think for me, though, due to my fear of accidentally impregnating someone, there needs to be an open discussion. What do you do in case of accidental pregnancies?
Oh, we know this because this has already happened to you when you decided that you got someone pregnant and she didn't tell you for like 9 months.
And I didn't ask her ahead of time. What would we do in this situation?
What do you mean?
We need an action plan.
How could you possibly have an action plan? Well, I could just see like you're putting on the music, the candles, and everything.
No, it's before that.
Okay. Let's go back to my apartment. Yeah, I want to talk right now. If you sign a waiver that if you get pregnant, this is going to happen.
I'm down. Dale?
I'll be honest with you. I'm the same way.
Oh,
I-
two are the same.
You gotta clear it. You gotta be on the same page
This
going
is a
into
huge risk.
All right, let me just say something to both of you. You can clear all the shit you want, but if push came to shove, the person can easily change their mind if they get pregnant.
but
Yeah,
you
it
at least
can
get on
easily
this.
happen.
I know it can happen, but at least you can get on the same page. You talked about it in advance. What are your thoughts around this?
All
your
right, so
thoughts are
then
like,
all they have to do is say, well, you know what? I didn't expect it to happen, but now it happened. I'm keeping it.
I know, but it's less likely to happen if you already had a preemptive conversation about this.
A preemptive conversation. You
A
can't.
preemptive strike right there.
How many times does this happen and it gets you completely out of the mood?
I don't give a fuck about the mood. I need it. There's gonna be no mood if I don't. I need clearance on they're not having a baby with me. I know what STDs they do or don't have. This all needs to be happened in advance. And ideally, where sex fits into their lives. If this is just for fun, if this is like something very mean, I want all this out on the table. And I can't handle it being in
Out
my
on the
fucking
table.
head.
All right. So in her case, though, what do you think was going on there?
Dale's fucking with me.
All right. In her case, what do you think's going on there?
She's trying to be dramatic because of TikTok.
No. She said you should have sex on the first date. That's what we're going around. The second part of this is if she had sex on the first date, she would have figured this shit out, and that would have been it.
This is some call her daddy shit.
It's not a call her daddy shit.
This is some call her daddy
All right,
shit.
but the point is that even if it is a call her daddy shit, it should be brought up. There are reasons to have sex with someone on the first date.
Okay. So you want to move into this
I want
conversation
to move into
now.
that conversation.
Okay, so the question is, should you have sex on the first date?
Right.
Okay, and what are your
I always
thoughts?
felt that if your mood strikes you, why not? But also in certain circumstances, you could find out if there's any point of continuing, because if the person is really shitty in bed or the penis just doesn't fit in the vagina properly, I mean,
You're also talking about heterosexual sex, by the way.
any
FYI.
sex.
Okay.
Anybody.
Basically, if the bodies aren't connecting
Sometimes the bodies don't connect. Sometimes it's the wrong pheromone. Sometimes it's just not going to ever work
the
out.
chemistry is
The
off.
chemistry is not there. You smell too much similarity. That's a thing, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I told you I went out with a girl who smelled like my sister, and it was a huge boner killer. It was the end of that date.
It just sometimes you want to know ahead of time what you're getting into. And so I can't even imagine getting married and being a virgin, two virgins when you get married, and what if that didn't work and you're already married?
You think it has to happen on the first date?
I kind of like the third date.
What?
I think it should be at least on the second or third date. You got to give the person a chance. Cam, would you have sex on the first date?
I would have sex on the first date. Yeah.
Why?
I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I've actually been thinking a lot about this.
Can you slut shame? If the person the person does have sex with you, would you then go, "Oh, what a whore"?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Come on. You think I'm fucking part of the 1800s? And I don't give a fuck
There
when.
are plenty of
who-
people out there that are. Oh my God, there's a lot of people out there that think, "Oh, if she's having sex with me on the first date, that she's
nonsense.
easy."
Here's what I'm thinking. I've been thinking a lot about this actually, though. I'm thinking all of your thoughts and fears or anticipations with regard to meeting someone is like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
What the fuck is this?
What do you mean?
What are you doing with your hands?
It's like
What?
a je ne sais quoi. Here's what I'm thinking.
A self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's
eh?
all a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let me tell you a little story. So a while
Is this Cam's
This
uppers?
is not Cam's uppers.
Okay.
I went on a date with a girl a while ago, and we're chatting, and obviously my MO is to always think the person is going to want a relationship.
Okay.
That's just my
Is that a
anticipation.
confidence level on your part that you think you're a great guy, great catch?
No.
and that's
It's a
why they're gonna want
fear thing. It's a
relationship?
fear thing instead. It's like, oh God, what if I don't like this person and they're going to want a relationship? And then she tells me, you know what? With the past several guys I've been with, it's just been fun. And we just have sex first day, whatever, second day, whatever.
That's a perfect scenario.
I'm not looking for a relationship.
Perfect.
And I was like, oh, great. I was really, one of my biggest concerns, like sometimes I don't feel the connection and then I'm concerned. And then I'm starting to ask her about her life and things like this. And then of course, she starts developing feelings for me. We don't even have sex.
Oh my God, you cannot win.
And then by the third date, she was like full blown, wants a relationship.
Exactly
Feels
what you
very
feared.
different. Exactly what I feared. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, I don't think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe it was a challenge then to her.
So whatever the fuck it is.
Do you remember what you said when you were a little kid?
What?
You said you must have been like sixth grade or something. You said, "Mom, I don't get it. When I'm after a girl, and it's a challenge, it's all exciting. But as soon as I get the girl, then I don't want her anymore." Do you remember
So
saying that?
everyone wants a challenge.
So then how does it ever work out? Because if everybody wants a challenge, and then you finally are together, then it's never going to work out.
This is as intuitive as a 6th grader, but it's not the case. Some people want different things from relationships. It's not just the game.
What happened in your situation with that girl?
With this girl, I think she realized, he's a nice guy. I could be in a relationship with him. He actually cares about my feelings, whereas probably the other guys didn't give a fuck.
So maybe that should be your MO from now on.
No, this is what I've been thinking about. I think, what?
What's with the finger pointing? Up in the air. Okay.
I think I'm going to abide by this rule. Are we both having fun?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Are we just both having fun?
Yeah.
And then we'll see where it goes.
People have been telling that for years.
What do you mean?
I've heard different guys that are in polyamorous relationships told you that. They're just like, just have fun.
It's a simpler way
there's
of
two
going
parties.
about this.
I remember I asked another guy that he was very popular in college. And I said, how'd you do it? And he's like, I just figured she's a big girl. She can handle it.
If she's having fun. I'm having fun. We don't need to make it into something so serious right off the bat. But when I start thinking, is this the girl for me? Am I marrying this person? Are we
why are you going down the merit route?
Then she starts feeling that and starts responding in that direction as well.
So is it a self-fulfilling prophecy, or is it just basically just a fear?
I have a feeling when you fear something, it's more likely that shit's coming right towards you.
So you should fear.
Bring it into your life.
You should fear that we're about to get a TV show and then it'll come into our life.
Yeah, exactly. So with regard to sex on the first date, totally fine with it. With regard to the pregnancy situation, I would not be happy, mainly because,
it happened to hit a nerve for you.
It hit a nerve.
But if there was like, say you were sterile, God forbid, we know you're not sterile, but say you were, would that upset you?
No.
There you go. I'm sterile.
All right.
That's why
sterile.
It didn't upset me.
I'm sterile.
I'm sterile.
Mom.
I'm sterile.
All right. We know you're sterile. All right. You know how important it is to me that we test for STDs regularly.
I am very well aware.
So I'm delighted to share about our sponsor today, Everlywell. They're a company that makes affordable, at-home lab tests that give you trusted physician-reviewed results.
What more would you want in life, Cam, than this?
This means you can take an STD test quite easily at home.
Not just STDs, Cam. They test for food sensitivity, metabolism, sleep and stress, thyroid, and so much more.
That's right. But I want to focus on the STD test because
of course
you
do.
Can take these discreetly and test for 7 types of STDs, all from the privacy of your own home.
I like the sleep and stress. I did the sleep and stress test, and I got to tell you something. It was very convenient, very discreet, and I loved it.
What'd you learn about it?
It looks like I'm doing pretty well. Okay. Well, anyway, I enjoyed taking this at-home test.
And now you can go to your doctor and have a conversation with them about this test. Here's how Everlywell works. Everlywell ships your test straight to your door with everything needed for a simple sample collection. Then you return the test to a CLIA certified lab with a prepaid shipping label. You just put it in the mail.
And then your physician-reviewed results and insights are sent to your device in just days.
How convenient is this?
Love it.
And for listeners of the show, Everlywell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/mom. That's Everlywell, EverlywellWell.com/mom for 20% off your at-home lab test. Everlywell.com/mom. That link is in our episode description. When you think about my lady, we've been together too long, like a worn-out recording of a favorite song. You know that song?
Yeah, like a pina colada.
Yeah, he goes, the same old dull routine.
So you are saying that your sex is the same old dull routine?
Not anymore.
Why?
Because I got Like a Kitten.
It's a gift box with all your erotic essentials.
That's absolutely right.
From vibrators and massage oils to robes and handcuffs.
Go to likeakitten.com. They're going to send you a box that you can build yourself.
I built my own box here.
What'd you build on here, Mother?
Dark chocolate body paint.
That looks very fun.
I got a flogger.
Ew.
What?
I didn't even see my mother's flogger.
Anyway, the box is personalized. You just pick out what you want.
Yeah, because they got 6 categories you can choose from. You can choose from toys, beauty products, lubes and cleansers, games, sexy accessories, and lingerie.
It's unbelievable. And what's really amazing is some of these items in the box are well over $69, which is the cost for the entire box.
$69.
I like the number.
And what's tremendous is that right now, Like a Kitten is offering our listeners 20% off and free shipping when you go to likeakitten.com/mom or enter code MOM at checkout. Just go to likeakitten.com/mom or use code MOM to get 20% off these incredible boxes. They're great for gifts. They're great for sexy ass nights. Likeakitten.com/mom. The link is in the episode's description. Mom, I think it's time we go into a segment of the show called Hit On or Shit On.
We do got some hit-ons. And some shit-ons, I should say.
Really? We have some lovely listener comments and questions. Sometimes they're hit-ons, sometimes they're shit-ons. We take this opportunity to figure out what they are. Mom, do you have anything that you'd like to read?
Well, I just wanted people to know that I did a TikTok video, surprisingly, and it was a filter that you could put on that makes you look like you're like a Barbie doll. Back to Barbie dolls in the face.
Yeah.
And I put it on and it had, should I play the voice?
Sure.
Okay.
You guys, these filters are getting out of hand. And it sucks because I feel really confident. And when I turn this filter off and I go look in the mirror, I won't look like this.
What is that?
My point is that a lot of young and people my age are looking at these people that have filters on them that make them look obviously flawless. And then and what she said really bothered me was that she said, I felt really confident. And then I realized that it was just a filter. And I wanted to use this because I liked the way I looked in the filter. But
You like the way you look in it?
I look like a...
You look so disgusting.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kim. I did not
Well,
say...
you look like an alien.
What do you mean I look like an alien? This is not an alien. Look how not even there's not a wrinkle, there's not a crevice, there's not the eyes. The makeup is done flawlessly.
Horrible.
All right, well,
You look like an alien.
all right,
Like an eel or something.
Cam, I don't look like an eel, but so I basically wanted to.
Disgusting.
Well, you're basically understanding where I was going with this.
Which is?
I wanted to make it into something positive, and so I actually said, you guys have to watch the TikTok video, but basically I said, this is a Cinderella filter, and that I'm really happy with the way I look today as a 63-year-old woman. And I wanted to see what people said, thinking that people are going to go, you look like an ugly witch or something, because sometimes you hit on our shit and we get those kind of comments, like you look
Ugly
like an
witch.
80-year-old and
Yeah.
things like that. Well, these people are saying natural is much better. Filters show vanity. Girls get mad when you see the real thing. Wow, I wish women are all like you. 62 looks excellent on you. Yes, I absolutely agree. Being honest, I like you just the way you are.
Tremendous.
Natural is better. I
This is
think you
good.
look great. I did not expect this kind of reaction. These are mostly from guys. I'll take it as a hit on, by the way.
It sounds like a hit on.
But-
It sounds like multiple. It's a stream of hit ons, Mom.
Yeah, I like the hit ons. But my point is that women are so consumed. Oh my God! I can't even take a picture with a group of women without them going, Let me see. Don't even post it before I see it. They want to make sure that every single wrinkle is not shown. Sometimes one person said, "Where's your nose?" Because we filtered out so much, you didn't even see the person's nose.
My God.
Tina Fey says in her book, she said basically the only thing not filtered is the eyes, the eyeballs. That's all you have is an eyeball. Everything else is all fake.
That is wild.
And our society is just glamorizing just this flawless face. For what reason, though?
I don't know. I don't quite care for it.
Okay, so anyway, that is my hit on a shit
I'm all
on.
about, we already talked about this. The most exciting, attractive thing for someone is their own confidence.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
And so it bothered me that I was going to put that up and saying I felt confidence. It bothered me.
I got a couple other hit-ons over here.
Are yours as in-depth as mine?
Yeah, I think that they're... I would like to read some of them.
Okay.
One says, "Why?" I guess Dale put up this post with the caption, "Why is Cam having fart pains?" It's a nice post. Thank you, Dale.
Anytime.
One of the comments was, "Dude, this is from the Big Dumb podcast. Dude, I feel you on thinking something is wrong with my body. The heart palpitation is real, and I also have fart pains. You are my spirit animal." This is someone I love.
A spirit animal. Someone who can appreciate all the ailments that you had. Well,
This is what I'm fucking talking about.
You know what? You called me up at 11 o'clock at night the other night about something.
Yeah, my chair?
No. Oh, don't even go there on the chair.
What?
No, it was a physical thing that you were calling about.
What?
You had heart pains or headaches or something.
I'm gonna stop calling you then.
No, I like it when you call.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call you anymore.
There was something unusual. It wasn't any of those. It was something else.
You don't even remember?
No.
Is my middle finger knuckle pain?
No, it wasn't
My
knuckle pain.
knees?
It could be knees.
My knees are horrible right now.
And there was something else, though. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Last night with the chair with the mold in it.
Okay. So why don't we talk about that? As long as we're on the chair
Oh
thing.
God.
Here we go again.
I don't even want to.
You call me up and he tells me we got to go on FaceTime. I take a look and it looked like little black bugs were all over your floor. And I'm thinking, oh no, it's bed bugs. I didn't even. And he goes, how did you read my mind?
I just picked up a chair from Craigslist. I've done extensive research on chairs, and it never dawned on me. You should ask how old the chair is.
Well,
you should always
a
ask that.
specialized desk chair that you researched intently.
The Herman Miller Aaron chair.
Oh my God, heirloom chair.
Heirloom.
What is it?
Aaron.
AERON. That's the
phenomenal chair. I'm not going to pay $1,000 to get this fucking chair.
Okay.
But I'll go on Craigslist and buy a used one. But it didn't dawn on me. I should ask how old this one is.
Or maybe you should have dawned on you, like, what if there's bed bugs in the home?
I almost asked him if you ever had a case of bed bugs.
But what's he going to say to that? Yeah, my house is infested with it?
At that point, it was such a bad interaction. It was such a bad Craigslist interaction.
Why was it so bad?
First of all, I get there. The guy is like a beanstalk, very tall.
So that's why it's a bad interaction? Because it's a tall guy?
No, he looks a little bit like Frankenstein, and he's got the personality of Frankenstein.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
And I hope he's not listening to this podcast.
Oh, he's not listening to this podcast, Cam.
Well, anyway, I start inspecting the chair to see if it's an authentic Herman Miller chair, and he gets very upset by this.
Why?
Well, I told him I was inspecting, and he goes, "It's not a knockoff."
What are you inspecting anyway?
I was trying to find the tag to suggest that it's a Herman Miller chair.
All right.
And then I get so nervous because he's like hovering over me. He's yelling at me. He said, I want to try the chair. So I sit in it. I'm covered in dust when I sit down, but it doesn't register. That's weird. You shouldn't be covered in dust.
Where are you now? Outside
I'm
or
on the
inside?
sidewalk.
On the sidewalk of his house.
He lives on a hill, and it's a fucking rolling chair. And I start rolling down the chair, the fucking hill, in the chair, and I'm trying to like kind of push myself up and try. I was so flustered. I forgot about the bed bugs.
I've been with you when you've had other interactions with people off of Craigslist. You don't have good interactions.
Sometimes I ask the people out. I usually fall in love with them.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so anyway,
yeah,
he helps. He is hostile. He helps me push it in the car before it's even in there. He's like, "Okay, bye." Fuck him. I bring it home. I take it out. I clean off everything, and I start seeing all this black shit is coming off the chair.
Right. That's when you FaceTime me and said, "Get on FaceTime. Check out what this is."
I thought it was black mold.
No, you didn't. You thought it was bed bugs, and so did I.
At first, I thought bed bugs. Then I thought it's an inanimate object.
Because that's your luck.
Mold.
It's your luck that you get bed bugs. That is your luck. Although I shouldn't talk since I unrolled my carpet the other day and little moths kept flying all over the place. I don't like that owning a home or anything can turn into this.
Anyway, it turns out to be stuffing in the chair.
What?
That's what it is.
That's what that black shit was, stuffing in the chair.
Yep.
How do you know this? It looked like black dirt from outside when you were rolling down the hill.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Anyway, can we go back to hit on or shit on?
Well, anyway,
you get me all flustered, and I started sharing these stupid ass stories.
I'll just say a couple others. The tatami mat. Listeners, you sneaky freaks, do you remember when he took this disgusting sweat-filled karate mat home in his car?
I know. I get so flustered
and
when I'm there. I just buy it.
It smelled so bad that you had to roll the windows down.
It smelled like dead fish.
For someone who's so paranoid about germs, this thing was covered in sweat from people.
Ringworm all over the place.
Ringworm, and who knows what the hell is wrong with it. And then you put it outside your friend's house.
I just left it at the front.
And then I'll just bring up one other instance.
What?
And again, the sneaky freaks will remember, who have been long-time listeners will remember the didgeridoo incident. When you purchase a didgeridoo, which is like a, what is that? Like a flute?
A flute?
I don't know. What do you call that?
It's a 6 foot long wooden hollowed
bamboo
wind instrument.
It's a wind instrument, and that someone had stuck. Someone left a piece of hard candy stuck in it, and
someone,
and we couldn't get it out. And the guy was charging you an arm and leg anyway. And finally, he just blew the thing out, and then he's like charging you for double. I mean, because he got the candy out. It was a crazy experience. Do you remember this? It was nuts. It was just, I don't understand how. Why do?
It was. That guy tried to rail me. He removed the fucking gumdrop, and then he goes, "Okay, gumdrop's out. All right,
Back to the original price.
It'll be $50 more." All right, I have one. Let's get back to the fucking task at hand, which is hit on or shit on.
Okay.
I have one comment here. It was another comment on one of our videos.
Is it a hit on or a shit on?
Oh, Patrick and Mark says, "Okay, I'm going off topic. Kim, you're fucking rocking those short shorts. Fire, fire, fire."
Which shorts are these? The pink ones?
I think the green ones where one of the pockets is removed. So I put anything in there and then it falls out. Pocket.
Where do you buy your clothes?
I know that was given to me as a friend. That's why most of it. I'm looking around my apartment. Everything has been given to me.
Okay. Why?
Or bought secondhand.
You know what Marie Kondo would say? People are just trying to get rid of their shit and foisting it on you.
You do that.
Yes, I do. Get rid of that shit.
Get rid of that shit. All right, Mom.
That was that hit on or
That
shit
was
on
hit on or
segment?
shit on.
All right.
It's time for
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news, the segment of our show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info for your listening and education pleasure. Mother, what do we got today?
Oh, I mean, keeping our theme of sex injuries, I thought we'd bring up this one from the Mirror.
I just had a heart palpitation.
What? Here we go.
No one gives a fuck.
No one cares.
No one cares?
No one cares. No one really
I was
concerned.
just winded just now, just sitting here for some reason. That's not strange.
It happens when you drink decaf because there's a little
It happens literally every day of my life.
Literally some caffeine in it.
Read about the fucking sex injuries.
All right.
It's way more important.
Okay.
Where does it come from?
The Mirror.
Of course.
My favorite publication for finding bizarre.
I think you're the only person who reads the Mirror.
I think so too. Okay, so a guy called an ambulance because he wasn't sure if he could put bug bite cream up in his anus, as the packaging said, for external use only, because he apparently was bit by an exotic venomous spider.
Oh God, that's not a sex injury.
He lost entire what does it
What
say?
is the
Traverse
answer?
section
Wait,
of bowel lived, but poops in a bag now. Oh my God.
Wait, hold on.
Well,
Is that related to what he put in his ass or the bite?
I guess he had an exotic special order venomous spider up the ass.
Oh, he put it in there.
I'm not sure how it got in there. He wasn't sure if he could put
How does a venomous spider get up your ass?
I don't know, but he put bug bite cream. I don't know. Something's not right about that story.
Okay, moving along.
Another guy got a mini lava lamp. I'm glad it was mini, by the way. Stuck up his rectum.
Oh no.
The power cord was sticking out like a tail.
Oh my God.
And here's
my
another.
friend put a Corona beer bottle up his asshole
You're still friends with this?
and it broke.
Who is this idiot?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh my God! Whoever that is belongs in the Mirror too.
Yep.
Got wood. This is the topic here. Dude stuck a pencil up his urethra. Wood is porous. It got stuck for a day. He couldn't pee around it. And initially, that's what his complaint was: urinary retention. Finally, in the exam room, when the doc asked what the fuck was with the eraser sticking out of his dick, the guy finally fessed up. Oh my God. He ended up needing surgery. He was also 70-ish.
God.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough to know better? At what age do you know better?
Apparently this guy was 70 and still doesn't know better.
You'd think after 5.
This one says an uncle-in-law anesthesiologist had a patient come in that had poured concrete in his own ass while trying to make a custom dildo. They had to chisel the concrete out of his rectum. Here's another one.
How did they find this shit?
I don't know.
How did you find this shit?
I find this. This 26-year-old decided to be circumcised. His doctor told him not to have sex. He didn't listen. It peeled like a banana.
This
and we
is
had
what
that
happened
happen with
Craig Conant.
Yeah, you
Comedian
got
Craig Conant came on the show to talk about his dick and how he got circumcised at the age of 20 or 21 or something like that, and then he couldn't help himself from masturbating, and he said it. I don't want to go into the details, but it's a very funny episode. You should check it out.
You should. It's Craig Conant.
Just look up that.
Okay, let's look up Craig Conant on ours. Anyway, there's another guy who performed his own circumcision with box cutters. That's disgusting.
We gotta stop. I'm gonna call this off.
One more. Holy guacamole! Florida man came in with an avocado way up there after much lube and whatever they gave him to relax his body. The thing shot out like a cannonball and splattered against the wall.
No way!
And that was Mom's news.
Mom's news. Mom's news. how do they even get that detail? Like, I understand. Yeah, I don't know how you find that information out, that the avocado flies across the room and splatters
The
against the
visual
wall.
of just this, getting it all lubricated up and like a little cannon. Oh my God, it's frightening.
All right, folks. You've been waiting for it all week.
Oh no.
This is the time of the show
Just so you know, Dale's already laughing.
that everyone has been looking forward to. It's the time where your badges get wet. The time when your dicks get so hard they pop out of your pants.
What?
The time when your tits are twirling and your taint is tickled.
Oh
It's
my God.
Cam Suppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be. For living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something with my mother that is very near and dear to my heart. Something that my mother typically finds
Exceedingly boring,
or
mundane, lackluster.
it's Cam's Uppers. I have so many this week that I don't even know which one to go with.
Let's start with just having one.
How about 3 things to end mental illness?
Oh my God, it sounds so fun and hilarious.
I got this one from one of my best friend's therapists.
How do you get something from someone else's therapist?
This is what we talk about when we get together.
Okay.
What did we learn from our therapy?
Oh my God.
What does our therapist
I
share?
don't even know where to begin with that. How weird that is. That everybody's sharing therapists' little spurts of knowledge.
So the therapist says if there are 3 things in this world that everyone had, we'd have no mental illness. What would you imagine they are?
Time.
Okay.
That's not one of them. Okay. Compassion
Not really either.
/ empathy.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna go.
Good listening skills. Big dick. I don't know what.
Big dick. Okay. Natural movement.
What?
Yeah, you move your body naturally.
Who doesn't move their body naturally?
We sit at a desk and just fucking look at the
so
fucking
you're
screen
saying
all day.
movement is medication.
Movement is medication. I like that.
Well, I didn't. That's been all this from Peloton instructor.
The one that you have a crush on.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one and only in
See,
England.
you're sharing your therapist lines.
He's not a therapist. He's a spin teacher.
Okay. The second thing, breathing.
Okay, movement and breathing.
Deep breathing.
Deep.
When was the last
breathing.
time you had a deep breath?
This morning, when Buddy would not stop barking outside my door, I had to hold my breath.
You taught me at a very young age, if I'm getting nervous, I need to do 10 deep breaths.
That's right.
You taught me that.
Thank you. Finally,
It
I taught
wasn't
him
enough.
something good.
It was not enough.
Finally, you heard it here, folks.
Okay, the third thing.
You heard it, Sneaky Freaks. He said I taught him something.
The third thing here. Can you get? Oh, you already guessed. You didn't get
Big
it.
dick.
No, it's not big
Oh.
dick.
Compassion, empathy.
Close. Real conversations. 3 real conversations a day.
I guess would that be quoting therapist?
Yeah, that would be one of those.
That's probably why
This
they
would be one of
suggested
those.
it. Oh, this is a real
Like,
conversation.
A conversation where you really feel heard, where you can express your emotions. Actually, this is not one of those.
What the fuck?
No, I feel like a 2 on the. Yeah, you got the fucking spotlight on me. You get nothing. This is not a real conversation.
Of course, it's a real conversation, and I resent that. I resemble that.
I think that would be it. We just need to
Oh,
move naturally, breathe, and have a real conversation with someone.
like when we watch a TV show together, and you talk about it later.
Yeah, that would be one.
So I might
Okay, so
add.
that kinda leads
Sneaky
into-
Freaks. Guess what? Cam watched a television show the other day with me.
Succession,
Yeah.
and I don't recommend it.
What?
I don't like getting into the minds of these like extremely wealthy.
Powerful people.
No, it's nothing to do. It's like they have a wrong value system.
Yes, that's what makes it interesting.
But you're sitting there and you're adopting their thoughts, and
You're
you
not
start
adopting
thinking
anything.
like them.
What are you talking about?
This is what I experienced.
Why were you thinking like them, not just
You
watching
you
it for
get
entertainment?
into it, and you start connecting with the protagonists, and you start thinking, what would I do in this situation? And you start adopting their mannerisms, and you become them, and next thing you know, it changes your value system.
This is what you're worried about now.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Back me up, Dale.
I felt that way when I watched like 7 seasons of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like
What?
at the end, I felt like I wanted to go be an asshole. Like,
Right.
No.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you do kind of, if you binge stuff, you do kind of like.
I need to
start
separate you two.
Like
I need
mirror your
You're mirroring.
Yeah, I feel
no.
you there.
I need to separate you two. You're
How can you not? It's stimuli.
You're missing out on the pure joy of life. Okay, It's Always Sunny is one of the best shows. It's going on there like 20th season right now because people love it so much. Succession is so interesting because you can explore that without actually going there yourself.
Yeah, but then I started
It's called
thinking,
fantasy. You don't like, neither of you like fantasizing
no, excuse me.
Fantasy?
We all like fantasy. Dale and I fantasize all the time
about each other.
about each other,
Yeah.
about other people.
All the time.
It's a
No,
bromance.
I think it does. You got to be careful what type of shit you're putting in that little noggin of yours.
It's like Game of Thrones. What?
I don't know. I don't know where
You
you
just
were going.
blank say. You didn't like Game of Thrones either?
I didn't like Game of Thrones.
See,
I saw it.
you're too
but
similar to Cam.
Didn't like it.
And this is not a good thing, Dale, because Cam is your role model now, and you're going to think this is
I'm
normal.
your role model?
It is not normal.
I don't think I'm his role model. In fact, that was Cam's uppers, and I would like to lead into letters to my doctor.
There you go.
This is why
example
I'm
one
not
of why
his role model.
do not be his role model. Okay, Dale, please.
Okay, that was Cam's
Cam's
uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life I see.
Agreed, it wasn't that boring.
It was not boring
Or
at all.
mundane.
It never is. I just, it's all for the bit, Cam.
Shit, what kind of real conversation is that?
All right, let's have a real conversation.
Okay,
Let's hear
this was a real
Let's hear a
conversation.
letter to your doctor.
Okay, this is a segment of the show that I just share a real letter to my doctor that I sent via, or usually electronic email. So
What?
this is to doctor.
Wait, go back. A letter, electronic mail, email. For those of you who didn't know, what are you from, like the 1970s?
Well, I was thinking about how someone asked me the other day, do you send your doctor like handwritten notes or something? I was like, no.
Someone asked you
And
this?
then it's also not like a direct email because it's through the app. Anyway, why are we getting stuck in the details?
Okay, go on. Because you said electronic mail.
It is. So this is to.
I actually never realized email stood for electronic mail.
You learn something new every day here, mother.
I learned something.
Okay.
You knew? Yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay, so this is to my dermatologist. Hi, I'm emailing to follow up on two things. Can you please tell me about the results of my mole biopsies?
Oh my God.
And second, I've been using the clotrimazole cream and the Zayazorb for the past couple weeks, but the jock itch does not seem to want to leave my testicle.
Okay, that's
Do you
a
have
normal thing
any
to
other
say.
solutions that I can try out? Thank you, Cam.
I would pay to have like a video camera, like a spy camera on the doctors when they read emails from Cam.
What's great is that
Because they're so bizarre.
It goes to the physician's assistants first. It doesn't
so
go
that
directly to
person
them.
already says, "Oh, this one
It's
is
screened.
just screened. It's another fucked up email coming in from Cam Potter."
Yes. I mean, luckily,
There has to be some sort of a sign in every doctor's office with a picture of you with a red line going through it, like, don't answer the call.
well, they do have a lot of pictures of me because I usually attach a photo of whatever I'm complaining about. In this particular one, I'm almost positive that I sent a picture of my testicles jock itch on
Oh
it.
my God.
I'm almost 100% positive because I always, if I can add more details to it to give them a real understanding, I will.
Oh, of course you
I
will.
have a friend. This is after I gave up on my current doctor system. I now go exclusively to my friend.
This poor guy
Who's a doctor.
who, of all time, days and nights, he gets
This was not even this particular jock itch scenario. It was a later situation where I thought I had some growths or something on my testicles or something. He would wake up to a picture of my testicles for like a month straight. Every day.
I can't think of what he'd want to
my-
wake up to more than that. There's nothing in the world that he'd want to see more than that when he wakes up.
I think it's a nice way to communicate and connect with someone.
Oh, it's a one-sided communication, though. He's not sending you pictures of his dick or testicles.
I would be fine if he did.
He would probably like to compare.
I would be. Yeah.
Can you imagine? He'd send you one and you're like, mine doesn't have that. Something must be wrong.
It is true. All right. That was letters to my doctor.
It was a great email. Electronic mail. That was great.
Do you have any last notes about that?
No, I'm just wondering if I should refer you to the same physician I go to because it may ruin my relationship with him.
I'm going to be hitting that guy up no matter what.
He does respond to emails, or at least he does for me.
That's nice. I wanted to share one more listener text that we didn't get a chance to share last time.
And what would that be?
This was in reference to our question about what was the worst first date you've ever been on.
Love to hear it.
So this is from Mr. Bean.
Oh, no. Maybe not.
He said, my first date, ! I had no clothes on, and I felt all the breeze coming to my 2-inch little crotch pleasing monster. Before I realized I was not wearing a cape, so I ran to the Batmobile to retrieve it, and happily ever after was achieved. No animals were harmed in this whatsoever.
I'm glad he, qualified it with the animals.
Does anyone have any clue what the fuck this means?
Mr. Bean was flapping his dick out there in the breeze. Apparently it's 2 inches, and he needed some covering.
What's going on with the Batmobile?
I don't know.
Dale, you have any interpretation here?
Here's what I'm thinking happened. So arrives at his first date.
Yeah.
He realizes on his way into the restaurant or venue that he is naked.
Yeah.
And then has to return to his car to get his clothes.
Yeah.
And then the date went well.
And happily ever after was achieved.
Yeah.
I think he nailed it.
So
it definitely is a possibility there.
It sounds like that's, but then he ends it with saying no animals were harmed in this whatsoever.
Well, I'm always concerned that he's having sex with sheep and things like that.
Do you think the date was with a human?
Maybe he's alluding to it may not have been.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bean,
Thank
for
you.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we can fit that one in last minute. I want to thank all of our supporters, especially those on Patreon. We love you so much.
We do.
Thank you so much.
This part is not a joke.
This is a real thing. Your financial support really means a lot to us, and you can donate as little as $5 a month. It really helps us out. It helps us do fun things like record this for YouTube with the help of Dale, and it shows some support to us. And you get some extra bonus content and access to our exclusive Discord channel,
and also our Patreon parties, which are on Zoom, which are once a month, which are very fun.
Yes. There's a lot of ways to connect with us, by the way.
There's a lot of which ours.
There's a ton of ways to connect with us. If you want to text us and be part of this weekly conversation where we get to field your wonderful answers, give us a text at 310-356-3920. And if you want to participate in the conversation that's going on with all the other Sneaky Freak listeners, we have a Discord chat room. It's very fun. Just check us out. In the episode description of this episode, you can just click Discord and it will take you. It's very easy to navigate. And I also want to thank all the people leaving us ratings and reviews. This really helps us out. It's very, very simple, easy way to do this. All you have to do is go to ratethispodcast.com/mom, and it really fills our cockles.
Fills our cockles?
Yeah. Is that what you say?
Is it fill the cockles, or what's the term?
Warm the cockles of
Warms
your
the
heart.
cockles of your heart.
Yeah.
I just like to say cockles.
I know that's exactly why. All right, I wanted to read one. It says, delightfully funny, 5 stars, a hilarious sex-positive podcast by Fur Fialo.
Concise, to the point, positive. I liked it.
We
What'd
love
think?
you, Fur Fialo.
That's all you got to do. People, that's how easy it is to write a rating and a review. You push the 5 stars and write 2 or 3 words.
This was 5 words.
Okay.
And in fact, if you add the subject line, delightful funny, it was 7 words. All right.
I really appreciate it.
We've come to the end. If you like this, do us a favor. Share it with a friend.
You ready?
All right. Yes. Sing them out, Mom.
Oh, no. Here we go. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. And once again, sticking up your rectumies.
What?
Sticking things up your rectum.
Bad one. That's a bad one. I think we need to take out the EKG so that you can do a good one like last time.
Yeah, I it's hard to keep the momentum going on these things.
It is true.
It is. It's hard to keep it up.
You do a great job.
Oh, so do you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We love you guys.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.